For some time, Evernote's been touting its ability to record audio and then transcribe that audio. Well, now they've introduced an upgrade to the recording tool. Hi, I'm Dave Edwards, and I want to show you how it works. Plus, there's been a lot of confusion and even some anger about Evernote Teams accounts going away. So I want to share what I know. I post regular content about Evernote right here, so please subscribe and you won't miss any of my videos. So I've been using Evernote's audio recorder since it was introduced, but it's also frustrated me. And apparently I wasn't the only one, because a new note recorder has been rolled out with version 10.153.1. So to start recording, you go to a note. Probably the easiest way of doing this is with the slash command. You type the slash, you scroll down, and if you go down here, it'll say audio recording, and you start recording. As you can see, we are now we're recording some audio, which is cool, of course. And you can record anything you want. You can record your voice. You can record a lecture, a meeting, music, whatever you want. Not too bad. It used to be that you kept recording, and if you wanted to, collect your thoughts, you couldn't just pause the recording. You'd have to stop the recording and then start a new recording. So you'd have several files here. But now you can, as it says, you can pause the recording. Now it has paused what we were saying. You can tell it's no longer indicating that it's recording. And then when the Spirit moves you, you can start recording again. And here we go. Plus, let's say that I'm recording, a conversation, let's say in a meeting or maybe even in a school lecture, and I wanted to reference something in Evernote. Well, now you can migrate to another page, look at other notes, but while you're on these other pages, that recording continues. So you can move it around as much as you want. Of course, when you are all done, you can then transcribe the audio recording, and in a matter of seconds, you will have the transcription of what you said. So I'm really happy with the new recording tool, but I'm less happy with Evernote's decision to do away with its Teams accounts and migrate people to the new Enterprise account. And there are actually two different tiers of Enterprise accounts, adding to the confusion. Oh, and if that wasn't bad enough, they haven't even posted a detailed explanation of this new account type on their website. So I've been getting a lot of questions about this from my clients and from my viewers, so I decided to break this down a little bit. Now, this information comes from a call that us Evernote experts had with key staff members of the company. Now, normally these calls are off the record, but they said we could explain this to our followers. So here we go. So as I said, they're doing this transition from Teams accounts, which has been around for some time, to what they're calling Enterprise accounts. Now, follow along. Teams plans were seat-based only, which means they charged you per user. Okay? Well, Enterprise is now replacing Teams with two new options. What they're calling full enterprise and self-service enterprise accounts. Okay? Now, the new pricing for both of these accounts considers both the number of seats you purchase and, in this case, the amount of content that you are putting into the system or using. Now, if you are a Teams account holder, these accounts will continue for you until it's time to renew. They are no longer available for new customers. So if you remember, it wasn't that long ago, Evernote was touting the Teams accounts. And a lot of people signed up for them. And a number of my clients signed up for them, and I guess have been reasonably happy with it, although some people question whether or not they really needed the bells and whistles that Teams allowed them to do. But Teams is going away. So, as I said, there are two different types of enterprise plans. So, again, hang on. If you sign up for the full enterprise plan, clients will get premium support, a customer success manager, I really like that title, quarterly check ins by the company, onboarding, training hours, and security assessments. Now, I'm not sure what all that means, by the way. I mean, they haven't really spelled out to us what that onboarding is going to look like, or how many training hours you're going to get, or even what those training hours consist of, much less security assessments. But the full enterprise accounts are clearly for the big companies that are going to have a lot of users, and clearly that's something that the folks at Evernote want. So they are encouraging people to sign up for the full enterprise accounts if that level of service is important to you. Now, I know what you're saying. I'm an individual account holder. Why don't I get a customer success manager or premium support? Okay, that's for another day. Okay, so that's the full enterprise plan. Now, they've also got a self-serve enterprise plan. With the self-service enterprise plan, you don't get that premium support. I mean, it's up to you. You got to manage it yourself, pretty much the way all of us do with the individual accounts. As far as the collaboration features, you're going to get the same level of collaboration features as the full enterprise customers will get. The pricing here is going to be based on the number of seats that you have, plus the amount of content you use. So adding up all the notes and notebooks and tags and attachments and the size of your folders, those kinds of things. They're going to have content-based pricing brackets. And those are going to be recalculated in every renewal cycle. So with the self-service enterprise plan, you're going to be charged X amount, as I said, based on your content and all of that. And then each cycle, they're going to revisit how much content you are using, and that will help them set up, what they're going to charge you. So the pricing structure is, to my mind, a little bit more confusing than it needs to be. Self-serve will start at the same per user rate that folks have been paying for Teams, which is like $250 a year per user. Now, the more seats you have, the cheaper per seat will be in self-service. And as I said, they're going to continually recalculate based on the prior use that you've had. Customers will be able to pay monthly or annually. Of course, if you pay annually, you're going to get it a little bit cheaper. And if you pay annually, that's going to lock in your price for the full year, even if you suddenly ramp up the amount of content that you are using. So what if you have an enterprise or team business account and you say, I don't need all this. I'm going to go back to the professional individual account. Ready for this? If you want to do that, you are going to have to export all of your content from that enterprise or team business account. You're going to have to export it one notebook at a time via desktop to your new professional individual account. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just trying to sort this out for you. So obviously that's not going to make a lot of people happy. And clearly, I guess it's intended, I'm assuming it's intended to keep people inside the enterprise or team business account level. So who are they targeting for this new approach? Well, clearly as somebody said on the call, the full enterprise is really aimed at organizations that are going to need more than 20 seats and want full support for their team, whereas self-serve is better for the smaller teams, and that can be as few as 5 users. And of course, the professional plan is really still aimed at individual users. So this is pretty complicated. I admit this, and I don't know why they've made it this complicated. And by the way, you can't find any of this information on their website right now. As I'm recording this, there's no pricing information, no nothing. It does not exist on the Evernote website. Evernote says they are reaching out to Teams users as the renewal comes due. Dumb. So if you are a Teams user and you haven't heard about this yet, they haven't forgotten about you. It's just that your renewal cycle has not come due. And you're apparently going to get, an email or some sort of a notification closer to your renewal date. And you're fine until that time comes. They're not going to force you to do anything. But then when your renewal cycle comes due, that's when all of this new stuff gets kicked in. Well, clearly, it's not just me that is a little bit confused by all of this. A lot of people are talking about it, and a lot of people are confused. And that's why some of the forums have been kind of lighting up, and Twitter X has been lighting up over this. Look, this approach really makes no sense to me. As you know, if you've been following along, I'm a certified Evernote expert, and occasionally I can be accused of being an Evernote fanboy. And I've been told that, as an Evernote expert, I'm probably afraid to criticize the company. Look, I don't get paid by Evernote, and I'm totally independent. This is a case where I think Evernote is making a mistake. Their ownership is really good at developing the app and making it more valuable. I would say in the last couple of years, Evernote is far better, and I'm enjoying using it even more than I've ever used it before, and I've been using it, for a decade plus. But the one problem they seem to be having is they don't get this whole communication strategy. Time and time again, they roll something out, they don't make it clear, and then they're criticized for it. And look, I've worked in strategic communications, and to me, this is yet another example of where the product is well ahead of how the changes are being presented to its loyal customer base. And I think that's just wrong. Evernote says all of these changes will be articulated on their website, but they couldn't give us a timetable when we were on the call. Go check it out. Maybe they'll surprise us and have it up before this video is posted. I tend to doubt that. So in the meantime, social media is loaded with people complaining about this change. Hey, I invite someone from Bending Spoons to join me in an on-the-record call that I can post and share with my viewers. You guys know how to get in touch with me if you're watching. So look, we have a lot of good things to celebrate. The new recording tool is a big improvement. There's been so many cool things added to Evernote. But how the enterprise program is now being rolled out, not much to celebrate there.